COVID hit us pretty hard. So, this week's a lot to do with the fitness side of things, trying to build the guys' energy levels back up in recovery from being ill. So to have everybody here now and get it on 6 days before our, game is perfect. Sorry? Yeah, what's pretty fortunate for us is we're almost the last to get it. So we've actually been seeing how other teams come back from a 22, 23 day hiatus. And I think a bit of the common theme, right, is there's been sluggish starts. And so, sort of talking with some other teams what their preparation was, sort of seeing what works and what doesn't work. And recognising that it's probably more to do with the fitness side of it than the basketball. So with this week leading in the preparation, it hasn't just been back to normal. No, it's almost got like a mini pre-season feel to it. In that yesterday was a low to moderate day, and today's a little bit more of a moderate high day. But today was no contact. Tomorrow we'll go a little bit more contact in the half court, and slowly build everybody out without, burning them out too soon. Yeah, it's frustrating. It's the whole season's been like that. There's been multiple times where we prepared for a team, and then in 48 hours it's changed. So, the old cliche of all you can really do is concentrate on yourself is pretty much where we're at. Fitness is number one. Getting our touch back is number two. And getting that synergy with the half-court sets is number three. Whoever we play against is almost, I don't want to say it's completely irrelevant, but there won't be as much focus on the scout the opposition compared to a normal season, just because right now, as you said, there's potential that we haven't played 26 days. So, yeah, it's more to do with us than anybody else.
Players that are returning from having COVID, is there any concern that they may be up to the level to be able to play?
Yeah, 100%. And I think we've seen that again with the games that have already been played, based on the observations and even talking with some of the coaching staff and the high performance team of those other teams, is that on face value they look good, and then after 6 minutes they burn out. So you could walk away and say, hey, we ticked these boxes. Game conditioning is very different. So, we could come out great in the first 6 minutes and then just absolutely hit a wall. So some of the things that we're factoring in is how we rotate the bench. Do we rotate certain guys in sooner? Do we look to play shorter sprints? Do we change our style of play just to cater to the fact that we're going to have some heavy legs? These are all things that we discussed as a coaching group.
It looks like you got everyone here. Is Mirko the only one missing?
Mirko's the only one again, poor bugger. So he had to do 7 days close contact. He came out the other end of that fine, and then he's now doing another 7 days. So he's got the tennis to entertain him. Hopefully again, him sort of being restricted is going to help with his calf, so we can get him out the other end of that, and have a focus getting him back on the court, knowing that calf has got some good rest time.
The plus side, Taj looks pretty good. Are you expecting to have him back?
Hopeful to have Taj back. Again, the silver lining, I guess, to having these games postponed and delayed is that the guys who've been carrying some injuries get a little bit of extra time, and Taj was one for us. So where we were looking at that knee potentially being 1 or 2 weeks, missing anywhere between 2 to 4 games, now potentially it just means he missed that Perth game, and hopefully we should have him back. Yeah, and again, this is the other thing with COVID, which has been super frustrating, is it sort of pushed everyone's timelines back. So not in a sense of if they were affected by the illness or not, but just what we had planned with them for where we wanted them to be running, conditioning, build up to some competitive stuff. So we've readjusted his timeline. He's still on track and he's doing all the things right to get himself back on the court. Again, another silver lining of these games being postponed is we don't lose him for as many games as what originally was planned for. But yeah, the reality is probably still a couple more weeks away. Yeah, again, more so just monitoring nagging injuries from previous. sometimes the time off is good and sometimes the time off is bad. And in Quad's case, the time off fee hasn't helped towards the rehabilitation side of things, monitoring his knees. So he'll be a slower transition back in. But again, another one I'm hopeful that he'll be fine to play by this weekend. We're just easing him in, being more precautionary more than anything else.
And you were coming off the back of a win in another 3 weeks. What are you looking forward to betting on?
Yeah, it's frustrating because I feel like we had all that momentum, especially with the Adelaide game, and then even with the bodies we had out injured, for a good 2.5 quarters, we did really well against Perth. So I won't lie, this is unfamiliar territory. So, trying to chat with other coaches because, we're, as I said, we're one of the last teams to get it. So the benefit is we can actually tap into some of what the other teams have done to progress to see what they feel like has worked or hasn't worked. But yeah, like the good thing is especially with this group, they got so much energy and motivation that that level of focus isn't too much of a concern that I have to worry about. These guys are keen to play, they want to play. My main job is just to make sure that we go in there as best and ready as we can. But yeah, it really is a bit of trial and error because this is unfamiliar territory for anybody.
Still the home ground advantage. How important do you think that will be?
Sorry again?
You've still got the home ground advantage. How important do you think that will be?
Yeah, massive, because you factor in just now again anything COVID related that can take away your energy levels. Travelling is one of them. Being able to sleep in your own bed compared to a hotel bed is massive. So the home court advantage of not only just our fan base and familiar grounds and our change room and all the things we have available to us, but also just the comfort of guys being able to get a good quality sleep because it's in their bed. To be able to eat well because we've got our nutritionist down the road and we've got Brett doing our meals here, and yeah, it's home court advantage is so much more important now than ever before. Awesome.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.